good things in this patch is just way too little. Way too little. And some of the most problematic characters in the game, not a single change. Not a single change. I mean, it's turning into a meme, but yeah, let's wait and see what the next patch does. What's up guys, TheMainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. I just want to do a first impressions on this patch because I typically post a video on YouTube where I just read the patch notes. While that's very entertaining for a lot of people, you can see my first reaction to the changes. I think it's also good to do a video where we talk a little bit about the state of the game. And I think most of us, again, I've only read the patch notes. I haven't read anyone else's opinion outside of my chat, but it's a bit disappointing. Like, we've received quite a few emergency patches now after the disastrous launch of Season 2, and it's very, very small incremental steps in fixing the game. And the patch we got in May, last month, it certainly fixed quite a few annoying interactions and characters, but like with this patch, some of the worst offenders, you know, were dealt with. Like Claudio's, you know, Malgold basically won a tournament spamming at the wall. That guy's charge up Bolognese attack 4-4-3-2. That was fixed. That's great. And then they also adjusted Lars. He got hefty nerfs to the point where people tell me, Ulsan has already dropped him. He's now playing Zafina. Anna got 1 pixel nerf on her left titty. So now Atifa's dropped her. He's also gonna play Zafina. Lee got no buffs in reality. All they did was remove some of the awful changes they gave him last 1 patch ago. Or 2 patches ago. But they did not revert forward 3. They did not revert Hitman 111. They did not revert a Hitman Tornado. So it's like, oh, that's great. You give him a few things back, but yeah, I gotta say, Lee is not in a particularly happy place. But I'm not looking to see characters buffed in this game. I want to see characters nerfed. And that's also why it's worrying to read in the same patch that in the upcoming one we get in July with Fuckum Ram, so that's what, July 7th, they might actually buff a few characters. And that's a very, very scary proposition. They also nerfed Steve's Heat Smash to where it now went from homing to almost no tracking. If you think he's gonna do his Heat Smash and you just take a step, not even a sidewalk, to either direction, he will whiff and look like an idiot for 10 seconds. And you can do whatever punish you want. And that's a good change. Paul also got some nice nerfs. They made his Heat Deafist unsafe again at the wall, which is a good change. His homing low doesn't have a counter it property anymore. That's nice, but he needs more nerfs. Huang is a train wreck in Season 2 in my opinion. He's too strong. He's too frustrating to play against. Jin got hit really hard. 214 it gives no follow-up in the neutral. Still wall splats, but you gotta be right up at the wall to get the wall splat. But in the neutral, the counter hit on the last kick doesn't give him anything. That's a huge nerf because it's still -10. Kazuya, nothing happened. Fang got some nice nerfs. Devil Jin actually hilariously got pretty big nerfs. Heat Hell Sweep, Heat Untechable Throw. They need twice as many Heat Gas now to use them. So you can do them twice now, not 4 times. But, okay, so that's for the good stuff. But then what you can't believe is like, Alyssa, no nerfs? No nerfs at all? And by the way, the next patch we get with Fuckum Ram, they said in this patch that that's gonna be the last balanced adjustment for quite a while, because with August a ton of heavy tournaments start. If July is the last balance patch for like half a year or a season or whatever until Season 3, it better be a good one. Don't get me wrong, I liked this patch, but it was way too little. Good changes, but why are there so few of them? And why are so many characters didn't get anything at all? Alyssa is a joke. Even Nee put Asuka in his top 5. I think he put both of these two in his top 5. No nerfs. No nerfs whatsoever. That's a joke. Brian, love the guy. You know, he's probably the hardest top tier to play in this game. So, in my opinion, Brian can be strong. But probably should also be toned down a little bit. You know, Incinerator still has insane fucking frames. And his damage. And his down 4. To be honest, maybe Taunt Heat Smash should be frame perfect. Because right now, you're playing a game where, yeah, he does fucking 60-70% of your health bar depending on launch. And then you gotta wake up at the wall to a taunt, right? And Taunt Heat Smash, that's a lot of damage considering how easy it is. So, some calibrations need to be done on this character, I think. Claudio is kind of okay now, I think. Still very strong. Oh, God. These two. Like, how was Clive not nerfed? He has to be the best character in the game now. And Anna is a monster. Zafina got buffed, and she's a fucking monster. But Zafina already was a strong character. For some reason, they didn't do anything about this move. This move. I don't know why this still is in the game. I kind of figured, like, now that we've reinstated the old tuning team, they'd remove this. But it's still in the game. Yeah, those of you who don't know, it's a perfect attack. I mean, it's quite unbelievable for me still to see the reach on this. But you see the reach. Do you see the reach? That's a mid-wall splat homing. +4 on block. If that's not the best move in the game and one of the best moves ever in Tekken history, I don't know, man. I don't know. Nice thing about Claudio is that his guard break now, if he chooses to not charge it, he's -9. Like, it has to be said that the dumbest part of that charge move was probably that just doing it normally like this without charge. It was actually +1. You're right, this would be, even without charge, with Starburst, that would be +1, right? So now, he's actually -9. Before, you would still have to respect him, you know, because it's also Claudio. He has back 1, he has so much dumb shit. But now, you can try at least to take your turn afterwards, right? So that's nice. I thought the wall splat was gonna be gone, but he can still wall splat you with 4 free. Can I set Kazuya to block? I can. Right. And then reset situation. So it's not like, you know, this move is useless now. And it's still such a strong knowledge check. How many of you intermediate players are ready for a Claudio, you know, pressuring you? You know, at the wall with this stuff? And then suddenly he throws this out. Will you be ready to step that right as soon as you've blocked the second hit? Like, Claudio remains super strong though, because back 1 alone is such an OP move at the wall. And then Devil Jin, as I said, it consumes so much more heat now. So if I do this one, half my heat bar. If I do this one, half my heat bar. And boom, you're out of heat. Whereas previously, you could do these so many times. So many times before you run out of heat. So that's a big nerf, you know, to a character who already has seen hefty nerfs. You know, like seeing... He got some nice buffs with Season 2, but when they sort of removed this attack almost. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can still do it, but it's so trash now compared to what it used to be. Not a single pixel of tracking on this move now. And then, of course, your best heat options cost so much more heat now. But I think that's good, because he got a little bit too overwhelming in heat. Still comical seeing that character nerfed, considering, you know, he's not a threat anywhere in competitive play. And then Fang Way got some okay-ish nerfs, not a big deal though. Kazuya for 1 does 2 less damage. Kazuya for 2, the launcher went from -12 to -14. Back for 2 used to on counter hit give you a free shoulder. So it would basically knock down just like back 1 into a free shoulder. But so yeah, it knocks down like this, and there's nothing for free anymore. So, but I mean, still wall splats. Still wall splats. This has no counter hit property anymore. It just does whatever it does on normal hit. I think it gave him more plus frames, I think, on counter hit. But that's it. I gotta say, I expected this move to be toned down. But no. He was plus 31 on counter hit. Oh, really? Nice. And Jin got his heat smash tracking toned down. But more importantly, as you can see, there's no longer a knockdown into guaranteed follow-up on 214. So no CD1 anymore. Still wall splat, but a bit iffy. You have to be exactly at the wall. There we go. If your back isn't exactly so it touches the wall, it won't wall splat. Still -10. So 214 has really taken a beating, to say the least. Lars got gigantic nerfs, so he's I don't think you're gonna see him anymore in competitive play. Well, he had a month, right? Down for 1 is -3 instead of -1, and you really feel this when you link them. You immediately notice it's quite a bit more sluggish. Down for 1-1, reduced tracking. Down for 1-1-3, -12. Used to be safe. Back 1 counter it, no longer guarantees a 4-4-2 follow-up into mix-up. More heat energy to do this now. You see much more heat now to do that in heat. And while running 1 is now +4 instead of +7. This is to make it easier for you to try and option select and deal with the silent entry mix-up that's incoming. Alright, which I think is very fair. But all of this adds up to all the tier horse are gonna drop him, I assume. While sending 2 free, still bounds immediately. So not as damaging as it was in Season 1 with the heat burst bound. It's now -13 on block instead of -14, which is nice for Lee. So they reverted that. Back 4 now does 20 damage again, the way it should be. Back 3-3 now does 21 damage again. The way it was. So they just reverted this stuff back to how it was. However, 4-4-3 is still vacuum garbage on block. Like, 0 pushback. They also did not revert this kick. That has not been reverted. And they did not revert Hitman 111. And upward 3 has also not been reverted. A lot of Lee players like that Hitman upward 3 was a heat engager and launcher, but it's gone. So yeah, Lee is not a good character. I feel like they did the bare minimum with him here. Bare minimum, just reverting some shit changes. Some of them. Paul, we can demonstrate quickly. So heat def is now is -13 instead of -7. Heat 4-4-2-1-2, 5 less damage. 5 less damage. The biggest nerf is heat smash being -14 now. Used to be -12. That's a big nerf. Oh, I can show what it looks like when you step Steve's heat smash now. You can literally sidestep key charge and then wave dash in and fucking launch him. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's literally -1 million. And that's it. And Clive is still God mode. Anna is still pretty much God mode. Too little this patch in my opinion. A lot of good changes, but some of the dumbest characters. Really? No changes? No changes to Clive? Anna? Asuka? Maybe King could be toned down as well, that wall combo. So probably we're gonna see a lot of Clive going forward. I saw she couldn't play him at BAM, but I just assume more people will play him. You know, with all of the dumb shit the character has. And pretty much what the dumbest heat in the game. It's just, I don't know. And prominence, like, people think prominence is shit now just because the neutral version is -12. But what about when he's in heat? Full screen homing launcher, that's +5. But yeah, so that's where we are with Tekken. Good things in this patch, it's just way too little. Way too little. And some of the most problematic characters in the game, not a single change. Not a single change. So yeah, the July 7th Fuckum Ram patch better be good. I can only imagine if Clive has no nerfs in that patch, and that means that's the Clive we're gonna play against for half a fucking year, I assume, until Season 3. I'm not rematching any fucking Clives. I'm not rematching any Clive. I just... life's too short. I'm not doing it. Not until he gets fucking nerfed. But alright, so that's the current status of the game, and that's the patch. I mean, it's turning into a meme, but yeah, let's wait and see what the next patch does. Thanks for listening. Bye.